Here, we'll learn how to set up and utilize functionality allowing the automatic updating of customer budgets. Once configured, this functionality allows CSV files uploaded to a specified hot folder to be read and then automatically update customer budgets via a megascript. So to begin, we'll just take a quick look at our customers. So I'm just going to navigate to Customer Management. Now, the megascripts that we're going to create, which we'll see later, can be configured to check for various different customer identifiers. This could be the ID number of the customer, it could be the email address, or it could be a username if you have one specified. You've got to ensure that your customer accounts have the required data included. So if you want to use username as your identifier, make sure that all of your customer accounts have username. In our example, we're going to keep it simple and just utilize the email identifier. So next, we'll ensure that the required hot folders are configured. So I'm just going to go to the hot folders section in our Infigo admin area. So in our case, I've not specified anything up until this point, so I'm just going to set that up very quickly. I'm not going to spend much time going through hot folders and print locations here. You'll find information on those in other tutorial resources. I'm just going to very quickly create a new print location just to keep these separate from other hot folders. This isn't a necessary step. And then within the print location I've just created, I'm going to create a couple of new hot folders. 2 hot folders are required for this functionality. One will be the upload location for our budget CSV files, and the other will store processed files once the megascript has been run, and this is more for reference purposes. So I'm going to create 2 here which are called budget, which is going to be where I actually initially input my CSV files. And I'm going to create a second one which I call, in my case, processed budgets. Now, these are appropriate names, but really you can name these hot folders as you see fit. The only thing you really need to do is note down the ID numbers of those 2 hot folders, as these are going to be needed to be input into the actual megascript itself. So in my case, these are 9 and 10. Next, we're going to start configuring the actual megascript itself. So I'm going to navigate to the megascript management section. Make sure that budget is selected, and then click on Save. Next, we'll navigate to megascript instances. And this is where we actually configure that megascript that we've just enabled. So what I want to do is, from this drop-down list on the top right, select the megascript that I want to create an instance for. So in this case, it's budget, and then click on Create. Now from here, we just need to complete the megascript selection options. So first of all, we'll give the megascript a name. So I'll just call it budget 2, as I think I have budget elsewhere on this particular storefront. I'll make sure that the megascript is enabled, and then I've got a few additional options here. Now, please do note that if your megascript fails for whatever reason, so let's say it's not being configured quite correctly, then it will automatically disable the megascript so that it doesn't start automatically running when it knows it's going to fail. You'll need to navigate back to this screen and re-enable it again in order to retry the process. If you wish to be able to trigger the script manually, then select Purge Manually. And if you wish for the script to run automatically in the background at a specified interval, then click on Run Background. That will give you a new pop-up box which you can utilize which allows you to specify the interval in which that script is run in the background. So in my case, just because we want to actually demonstrate this, I'll just say every 2 minutes. Now, if we scroll down a little bit further, we need to input the Megascript configuration options into the configuration input here. Now, you'll find information on the relevant code on the associated step-by-step guide for this particular tutorial. If I just show you on screen here what it is we're trying to create. So we need to copy this code into the configuration input box. Now, this code should be amended to suit your specific setup and requirements. And the values for these are as follows. So starting at the input upload location ID. So this is the input of, or this is the ID number of your upload hot folder. So you remember we looked at the two IDs for our hot folders were 9 and 10. 9 was the one which I want to upload our CSV files to. We then have the output hot folder ID. So this is the one where the processed CSVs will be placed. We have customer CSV column name. So this specifies the column within the CSV which contains the customer identifier. If you don't put anything in here, because it is optional, then this will default to the value of customer. And I'll actually show you the CSV in a moment. We then have find customer by. So this specifies the identifier you wish to use to locate specified customers. So you can use a few different options in here. It could be the ID number or just ID, email, username, or GUID. In our case, I'll just use email as that's the identifier we want to utilize. And also it will default to email if no entry is supplied in here. We then have amount CSV column name. So this specifies the column containing the new budget amount in your CSV file. And again, this will default to the name of amount if no entry is supplied. And again, I'll show you the CSV file in a moment. So coming down a little bit further here, we have the top-up mode. So you can set this between a value of 1 and 3, with 1, 2, or 3 each performing different actions. So if we have 1 specified in here, all valid customers will get the amount that is specified in the CSV to their entry added to their current budget. And this is regardless of the budget that they already have. If we have 2 written here, if the customer's budget is greater than or equal to that that's specified in the CSV, the update for that customer will be skipped. So i.e. the minimum budget for that customer is the amount listed in the CSV. And then if we put 3 in here, regardless of their current budget, the customer budget will be updated to match that shown in the CSV. And then we have send emails. So this sends email notifications to a customer once their budget has been updated, if you set it to true. Otherwise, if you don't want emails sent out, set that to false. Once that's been configured, click on Save. Next, we're going to navigate back to our hot folders section. And the process we're going to do now, everything is configured, so we're just going to actually test this process. We're going to upload some CSV files to the particular hot folder and watch the process take shape. So if I go to manage content on my input file, so my input folder, so what I've named budget, and all we want to do is drag and drop our CSV files into here. Now let's show you the format of those required CSV files. It's as simple as this. You've got, with a comma delimiter, you've got 2 columns. The left one is what you're using to identify the customer, and the right is what you're using to identify the amount. And then all the subsequent lines are just going to have your identifier, a comma, and then the amount you want to amend that budget by based on your chosen method. Now you can upload more than one file at once if you have it spread over multiple CSV files. So for example, I have 2 CSV files that we can utilize here. I'm just going to drag and drop those into this folder. You'll see they're uploaded, and then we've set an interval of 2 minutes in our case. So every 2 minutes that script will be run in the background, and those CSV files should be processed. So by refreshing our hot folder, I can see that it's now empty. Those files have been processed. And if I go and navigate to our other hot folder, which is the processed budgets in my case, and what we specified as the output in our Megascript, we can see here that we have those 2 sample files that I uploaded, but they've now been given the suffix of processed to show that they've been successful. Alternatively, if they hadn't been successful, it would say failed. Now we can further verify that this has worked by actually viewing our customers. Clicking on the Budgets tab, and we can see there that the budget amount has been updated based on what was in the CSV.